Hello ma'am, myself Narendra Reddy Redmalla with student ID 700743852. Here is my problem on quiz test with the addition, with subtraction, with manipulation and squares and state capital. Let me go quickly through the code. So here is my addition tutor, DB connection, multiplication tutor, parallel array process, square tutor and subtraction tutor, which are related to the first question. Addition tutor, here we are just refreshing the numbers with new random values. The number 1 will contain the random numbers between 20 and 29 for number 1, and number 2 will contain 3 and 12 random numbers between 3 and 12. So there we go to the addition presenter. Here I am just creating the HTML by where I am using the beans concept, like importing using the addition tutor one, and where we can see here I'm just displaying it like number 1 plus number 2 equal to result, and there's a submit button. Once you click on the submit, the form method equal to post action addition result will be triggered. Once you go to the addition result, here I am checking what all are correct and what all are not correct, and if all of them are correct, I will be displaying the congratulations message with a trophy, and if anyone is not correct, I will display how many questions are covered out of 10. That's about the addition one. Let's go to the subtraction, which is mostly similar to the addition tutor, where I'm just generating the random numbers. But here, if we go to the subtraction if we go to the subtraction presenter, here you can see the number 1 minus number 2 equal to result, and there's a submit button and the action submit. Once you click on state capital, result will be triggered. Here you can see here all the here you can see here where you can see here like I will be displaying the congratulation message if all are correct, or else I will just be displaying how many. Let's me go to the subtraction result. Here I can see all correct. If all of them are correct, I will display congratulations. If all of them are not correct, I will just display how many number of questions are correct. That's about the subtraction. Coming to the multiplication, it's as similar to the subtraction and subtraction. We'll just use into in the between. This is the multiplication presenter. Go to the multiplication result. It's the same logic here. We'll just display congratulations message if all are correct, or else we'll just display how many are correct out of 10. That's about the multiplication. Let's go to the square one. This is the square tutor. Here I am just generating only one number from 1 to 10, and I am just keeping it in an array. Let's go to the square presenter. Here I am just calculating, just displaying the one, just displaying the HTML, designing the HTML, and once you click on submit, the square result will be triggered. And where you can see it's same logic, we will display all correct congratulations, or else we'll display how many of them are correct out of 10. That's about the square, and let me go to the state capital. Here I will be displaying the what is the capital of designing in such a way. What's the capital of particular state, and there's a submit button, and also we can refresh the DB gets refreshed. If I just go quickly to the DB connection, here we are just generating a here we just declare the array to store states in capital, construction to initialize the array. This refresh method will refresh the arrays with new data, and there's generate random states which generates a random order of states array, and there's generate corresponding capitals which retrieves the states and capitals. There's one more which retrieves data from the database based on the given array, and there's a getter method for capitals and getter method for state. So let me go quickly to the UI. Here you can see for the addition quiz. Let me just run this. The section got expired. This is the addition quiz. Let me quickly answer. All of them are correct. 20 plus 6, 34, 21, 29, 33, 24 plus 7, 31, 30, 31, 34, 34, 30. If I answer all of them correct, here you can see congratulations message with the trophy symbol. And if any one of them is not correct, you can see this. And let me go quickly to the subtraction one. Let me answer for one of them. Here you can see like only one answer got correct. And let me just refresh the browser and see if it loads new values. The new values loaded successfully. Let me answer for one. That's the thing. It's the same thing with multiplication as well. 29, 180. That's the thing. Only one of them got correct. Let me quickly show for the squares as well. Let me answer for all questions here. 2 square, 9 square, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, and 100. I answer all correct and it's got trophy display. Let me answer wrong for one of them. It will show only 9 out of 10 correct. That's about the squares. Let me just quickly go to the state capital. So here, the what is the capital of invoice is Springfield. Here it doesn't care about the case. You can just it ignores the case. That's how the logic is mentioned. So it's going to display the correct and the wrong and 1 out of 10 correct. That's how the state coupler AI has been designed. Let me just quickly go to the let me just quickly stop this and go to the second one where we have to display the array with two-dimensional array and where we have to display all the sequential and the parallel sum as well with the min max and some values, what is the largest, what is the smallest. So if you go to the logic, here I have declared array size is 10,000, which is a two-dimensional. Here I have populated the array with random numbers by using the random dot nesting and going to the sequential solution. Here it will execute the how long it took. We have used the system dot current time in milliseconds. And going to the parallel solution, here we am using the you're doing it using the fork join pool framework where it gonna divide into smaller tasks and at final it will check all of the tasks and it's gonna be fetches the result parallel. So there's a find max, which is a sequential one where I am iterating through each row and column of the array, and here I have set the max value to minimum value so that it's gonna be updated every time with the max and it returns the max. And going to the main, here I have updated the min value with the max value. So on comparison, we are going to fetch update the min value every time and returns the minimum value. And going to the big integer, here I am iterating through the rows and here I am iterating and adding it every time in the row and coming to the max task, which is like for the parallel one where we are extending the recursive task integer. Here you can see I'm setting the arrow start row and end row and I have set the threshold value to 1000. If the end row minus start row threshold are going to do simply one, and if it is not, we are going to divide the rows into two subtasks and the left task dot fork right task, and we are going to fetch the maximum of the left and right. And it's the same with minimum task as well, and it's into the sum task is also the same where we have set the threshold and we have used the big integer. So let me just quickly execute it and show you the results. Oh, I have to execute the parallel array processing. Let me just stop this. Let me just minimize and here. Let me just execute only the parallel array processing. So here you can see the sequential solution with the max, min, sum, and the time it took, and the parallel solution as well, the max, min, sum. And here you can clearly examine that the parallel solution is much better when compared with sequential solution. That's all about my project, ma'am. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.